This episode of the Restoration Today podcast is brought to you by JobSite. JobSite is the platform built by contractors for contractors. With JobSite, you'll know exactly where your money is going, keep your team aligned, and finally get control of your jobs all in one program. Stop losing money on projects and start running your business with confidence. Book your demo today at jobsite.com. All right, Dave Grove, Restore AI kind of is like
Restoration AI.
Restoration AI, yes, and the cool logo and everything. So the new video series that we're rolling out, plus you have your e-newsletter and a bunch of content that you're rolling out on AI, kind of becoming like a leader in the AI space in restoration, I feel like, which is awesome. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
So quickly, for people that don't know you, we're recording at The Collective. Introduce yourself for people that don't know you.
Yeah, so I'm David Grove. I run Built Restoration, own Built Restoration out of DC and 5 states surrounding. And we have created, like she said, a AI series of newsletters. Restoration AI is actually the first one. There'll also be Contractor AI and Leadership AI coming out very soon. Those will be kind of cool as well. But Restoration AI is kind of the baby in the first of the batch.
So here's something I don't know. When did your fascination in AI start? Have you always kind of been a tech person, always been into new technology, or did it when did you start getting really interested?
Yeah, well, I've always been in technology. Even when I was probably 8 or 9 years old, I was ripping apart old TVs and radios and things, and my room was pretty much just electronics on the floor.
Forget the Legos, we're doing electronics.
Electronics.
Okay. I like it.
Hooking things together and getting shocked and all that fun stuff.
Okay.
But
sure.
And then my mom was in graphic design. She was one of the first back then, and so she was always showing me, the new things. So yeah, I picked up software and things very quick. AI, though, I was definitely one of the early users of ChatGPT, very, very early, even when people were like, yeah, that makes no sense, I don't know what you're doing, kind of thing. But,
people were really scared of it, I think, at first.
And then even from there, even back in those early days, there was a lot of new softwares coming out all at once, so I was just trying to keep up. And I made this newsletter series kind of selfishly in a way, too. I want to help all the independent restorers and everybody in restoration. I want to see the industry get better from it. But I was trying to keep my own business up with AI. I'm trying to keep myself up with AI. And having the newsletter kind of pushes me daily to, read all the news articles, try new softwares out every week, all that stuff.
So one of the questions I wanted to ask yesterday, because you have 2 sessions here. So one was yesterday, and it was more kind of like a Q&A panel.
Yep.
And then today you're doing more demos. But one of the questions I wanted to ask yesterday is, you guys talked about how I know you're constantly demoing and trying different things. And you'd mentioned there's some YouTubers and some blogs and probably people on LinkedIn. But do you have favorite people that you follow? I'm wondering how you keep up.
There's one on LinkedIn. He's pretty amazing. His name's Ruben Hassid.
Okay.
Hassid.
Okay.
He's a little pink logo. I think his newsletter is called How to AI.
Okay.
He is one of many that I follow like that, but they're kind of they're the thought leaders on AI really right now. It's a lot of GPT prompts, but they also will introduce you to a new software here and there, and you'll find guys kind of going over different things. Some of the guys are Gemini guys, some of the guys are GPT, some of them are Grok, whatever. But Ruben kind of does a little bit of everything. I like him a lot. But that and then newsletters. I probably have 40 different AI newsletters I read every morning. But that's what I'm saying. There's so much data. It's really hard to actually consume it all. But one of the things that's helping me consume it all is Notebook LM, actually. Just loading those newsletters in there, listening to the podcast. It'll quickly kind of give me the updates I need.
So I know you're a big Notebook LM user and fan. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a data repository that you can talk to and have conversations with.
Okay.
It doesn't hallucinate a lot, which I really like.
Yes, others can hallucinate.
Right. Which is good when you're trying to be creative or making content, but it's not good when you're trying to talk to your own data and get facts back, right?
Yes.
And so it's really good at that. It's not great at being creative. But in our industry, that's what we need more than creativity. Like, we do need the creativity for our marketing and things, but we don't need creativity when we're doing a customer update or when we're giving,
Yeah.
all these different things
Yeah.
that we are required to give the insurance company. They want facts,
Yep.
right? Or property management companies. So anyway, it's really good at that. And then just today, in my next session, I'll be presenting. There's always been an audio overview piece in there where it'll make a 2-person podcast that you can interact
Yep.
with. They just came out with video overview. It's one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen. So I took my company's VTO, it's your vision traction organizer, basically like my vision of my company and what we're going to do in the next 5 years, 90 days, and so on and so forth. And my SWOT analysis, all of that.
Yep.
So I just dumped that one document in it. That's my only source. I hit video, and it made about a 8-minute video with infographics and a guy talking, just updating everybody about my company and how awesome it is. And I'm like, what the hell am I watching? Like, this is insane.
That's crazy.
Insane. So now you can, another cool thing about Notebook LM is you can take YouTube videos too, right? So
Okay.
like, you can take 20 YouTube videos and then compile it into one video that you can watch that's 5 minutes long instead of 3 hours and get learn the same things that you would have off all those.
That's
Pretty wild.
amazing.
It's a big, big leap for sure.
So what are some of, like, if you were going to say, here are the top 3 ways that your company is using AI almost daily, I know maybe something like close to daily, on a regular basis, 3 ways that you're using it.
Definitely customer updates is probably the biggest one. Second one being job. It's like QA almost,
Okay.
like job QA. So we'll take 200 job notes, like year to date, all the jobs from, say, Contractor Connection or something, dump them all in there and say what went right, what went wrong, how can we fix the things that went wrong, what new policies can we put in place with the things that went wrong, and how can we celebrate our wins with our team, right? And it'll step by step just tell you what to do. And it's pretty wild. And the third thing would probably be, I mean, we're doing a lot of stuff with estimating.
Yeah.
That stuff's all coming out of ChatGPT at the moment. We've tried a lot of different tools. I think the people that are doing most estimating stuff right now, that, like we said yesterday, there's a lot of work to still be done there. So for us right now, it's still ChatGPT and us just feeding the memory to make sure it knows how to read the estimate and everything.
Okay.
But
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I did a webinar with Cotality because I'm looking at their booth a few weeks ago, and I thought it was interesting, the customer sentiment, which is kind of like what you were doing, putting all your notes in and using AI to determine customer sentiment and how much, which kind of goes back to Chris and Brandon's thing this morning, talking about, like, you know, being on top of emotions. And
so that is another thing we've been doing. So we do, I think it's 3 surveys per job.
Okay.
So we do a 50% survey of just how are you doing at the middle of the job. That's usually on a recon, or it's like even on a big MIT, we'll do a 50%, and then we'll do 100%, and then sometimes they'll even do like a post, right? But we've been taking those surveys, putting them in Notebook LM as well, and just getting the trends and all of that. So the cool thing about Notebook LM too is it's not just that you can talk to it. It can make different reports. So you have your audio overview, your video overview, but then there's timelines. You can make really, really nice timelines, and it'll tell you all the different people that are in that timeline, participants. Then there's mind maps. I don't know if you were for Cameron's thing and you saying, make a mind map. That's what I was doing with my VTO.
He had it that went partly off the screen because it was so,
Yeah, so I did what he asked me to do in 3 minutes with Notebook LM, because I just took my VTO and I put it in Notebook LM and I hit the mind map button. It made the same thing he had on his screen, but for Bill, right?
Wow.
Yeah, so it's really, really, really neat.
And then it wasn't making things up. It was coming from truly your
truly my
content,
stuff.
not just...
and perfectly mind mapped it out. It was pretty awesome.
Okay, so I want to go back to your survey thing that you do, because you talked about, so what are some ways, this is not AI related, but I'm interested.
Oh, okay.
When you do the survey at 50%, what are some ways that you've pivoted? How has that helped you doing something halfway through? I've not heard of a company, it's really smart, but I've not heard of a company doing it.
I mean, your biggest customer your biggest customer downfalls are usually that a customer has been sitting there stewing, right? So we're trying to catch that earlier, and that 50% survey usually just comes from a project coordinator calling them. We kept it short, so it's only like 6 or 7 questions, but it's just like, how are you doing? How's the project going? Are you happy with our employees? Are you unhappy with anything? Is there anything we can do better? That kind of stuff, right? And yeah, it's been super powerful. Even with a happy customer, you'll usually get something, even though it's not something big you have to fix, still something that's like, here's where we could do a little better, right? And that's a big deal.
So much better to get on it then than once it's too late. I liked this morning how Chris and Brandon were talking about, you remember the point of your highest emotion in the end. And you don't remember all of the other things that happened in between, which is very true.
Yes.
So, okay, so this afternoon you're demoing. So you're doing Notebook LM. Are you doing anything else?
Roam.
Okay, talk about that.
And then ChatGPT 5 really quickly, but that's just faster, smarter, thinks a little more, nothing crazy there. But Roam is a virtual office place. I actually use it for 2 businesses, built restoration and then built the app. So everybody gets their own office, and then you get all of the features of Slack, Teams, Calendly, Loomly. What else am I missing here? And all of the AI recording stuff like Otter as well. And then you also get an AI agent that can do tasks for you, schedule things for you, and go ask any of your employees questions and come back to you. Like, it's pretty much your minion. But you get all of that, which would normally cost roughly around $100 per user per month for $10 a user per month. So it's a nice piece of software.
That's something that we need to demo on the podcast because you and I have talked about it and you demoed it for me, but we're for sure going to
I wish I was an affiliate or something to get money for it, but they give me nothing. But it's so awesome.
I feel like you should. I mean,
I tried. They have these partners that get money for doing similar stuff, but they won't make me a partner.
Like, hello, I'm pushing you to an entire industry. Hello.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe if I push enough people, they'll come back to me. I don't know. But anyway.
I like it.
So those are the 2 main ones, and I think that should eat up most of the half an hour I'm doing. Then Will jump in. He's built all kinds of stuff through the newsletter. What am I saying? Prompt builders.
Yep.
So he made a few different prompt builders. I think you put in like your position, maybe your revenue, and a few other things, and it'll build some prompts for you. And then he also built a couple of GPTs that can like take really, really messy notes and make them organized. So that's kind of nice.
That was a good conversation from yesterday, is how important your prompts can be. And, you're talking about kind of bullying it into helping you be better at prompting. But what would you tell people who are maybe not good at creating prompts and need to kind of evolve that? Because you do really need to.
So I touched on it yesterday, my opinion, and I'm not sure Russ completely agreed with my opinion on this, but my opinion is that building a prompt is critical thinking. So you actually have to critical think about how you're going to build the prompt so that you get the right answer back. So you have to understand how the LLM actually builds the answer first. So a lot of that's pattern recognition and data that it already has. So coming up with that question, you want to be very specific, and you have to critically think about what are all the different parts of the answer that I'm looking for, right? But there's little classes on like LinkedIn and stuff that are critical thinking classes. Those would probably help.
Yep.
But the other thing for prompts is just like Ruben, other people on LinkedIn that are thought leaders, they are building prompts all day, every day, and just steal them. They're everywhere.
Yes,
they're free. So there's another cool one. There's a couple like ones you can pay for. There was one called GPT Black Magic.
Okay.
It's cheap. It's like lifetime. You pay $20 and you get his whole library of prompts and things, and it's pretty neat.
I heard Taylor Carmichael. Do you know Taylor from Southeast Restoration?
Yeah.
She had said once that you have to do the thought work first.
Yes.
You have to do the thought work. You can't like expect it really to do your thought work for you. It's eventually going to have your debut.
It's going to be junk in, junk out.
Yes, right? I feel like people think they can just ask it a generic question. It's going to give you this brilliant answer. No, you have to do the thought work and put it in, and then it's going to quality in, quality out.
But if you're not even sure, like we said yesterday, it's like if I want the best pizza in Philadelphia, ChatGPT, tell me how to build the best prompt to get the best pizza in Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
Like, so think a little ahead of the question too, and you can work 3 prompts to finally get to the prompt that you need, right?
Yes.
So it can get a little deep and weird in that perspective, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, anything else that you want to chat about before we wrap it up?
No, those were the big updates, I think.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
it. Okay.
But yeah. Good
How
one.
can people sign up for your e-newsletter?
So I think it's beehive.restoration.com,
Yeah.
which we'll put a link or something.
Yes.
up.
Well,
But,
yes.
yeah.
And you can find it on CNR, and like we have our podcast on there, so I'll add a link to that page.
I'll
so
probably
people
have
can
to
sign
make
up
like
there.
a smaller link that's a little easier to tell people.
Do a Bitly or something. We'll get it figured out. You can find the link. Reach out to
Yes.
me if you want it.
All right.
All right, David. Thank you.
Sounds good.
For more Restoration Today and the latest news, visit our website, cnrmagazine.com, and find the latest episodes of the Restoration Today podcast on your favorite podcasting platform.